Hello everyone, my name is Brett, and sometimes I wear a beret, and welcome back to another educational video of wikiHow. Today we'll be answering a very common question in Nerf, one that's been around probably since Nerf ever started, and that is how to make a Nerf grenade. If you want to make a Nerf timed grenade, this is the page to read. You gotta love the wikiHow introductions that either give you way too much, over the top, super complex intros, or they give you nothing. A super short intro like this. Although this one does say, a Nerf timed grenade, and I was not expecting to get a timed feature out of all this, so that's a little bit different. And I'll be honest, from my own experiences, when I got into Nerf for the first time, I was curious what options do exist for a Nerf grenade. It's only natural, right? And the things that were out there that people knew about were things like the Lenard Scatterblast. It's kind of like a football, but it's got the darts, and then when it hits the ground, it goes everywhere, and that's a cool feature. By definition, according to Wikipedia, a grenade is an explosive weapon typically thrown by hand, but can also refer to projectiles shot out of grenade launchers. Generally, a grenade consists of an explosive charge, a detonating mechanism, and firing pin inside the grenade to trigger the detonating mechanism. And here are some examples of what wikiHow has to offer: the Phlat Ball method, the Frisbee method, the rubber band method, and the disc method. I imagine some of these have been around for quite some time, but we will examine each of them and see if they can in fact be useful. Now, as far as this article goes, it has a solid D+ rating. It's got 22 co-authors, so nothing bad ever happens from that. It's still being updated, evidently, and it has just under 70,000 views. So for those of you wondering how to take down a base in Nerf, be sure to get out a pen and paper because, well, that article really liked to comment on using Nerf grenades. Maybe there's actually some use for them here. We'll find out. This is how to make a Nerf grenade, according to wikiHow. Method 1, Phlat Ball method. Number 1, buy some tape, Nerf darts, and a flat ball that has a timer. If you're not familiar with what a flat ball is, it's a ball, but can also compress down to like a frisbee. So it gives you an option of throwing it like a frisbee and then maybe catching it like a ball. Some of them have timers on them too. I now understand why the article said timed Nerf grenade. I did not actually go out and buy a flat ball just to see if it would work as a Nerf grenade. I have a feeling it might not, but we'll find out. If I look more at this stuff too, that is tape. It looks like duct tape. Okay. And then those are the weirdest Nerf darts I have ever seen. They look more like giant matches, or they look like crayons? Is it really that hard to model a Nerf dart? Come on, nowadays it's just the blue foam with an orange tip. You got the orange tip right, but it's way too pointy. wikiHow, you screwed up again and I'm disappointed in you, but not too surprised. Number 2, tape the darts to the flat ball. Use the tape to where it only covers half of the dart. You should tape the darts near the middle top of the flat ball. Number 3, flatten and time the flat ball when you are ready to throw and or place, and throw/place it on the ground. If you place it on the ground, be sure to put more time on the timer and run to avoid being hit. Something about when you use tape and Nerf darts, they either stay where they're going to the whole time or they don't at all. So either you're seeing this taped darts on a flat ball that will then pop open and the tape and darts will just fall off, or they're just gonna stay off of it the whole time. That's my prediction. I don't think this is gonna work. If you wanna try it for yourself, go ahead. Maybe if I ever find a flat ball, I'll test it myself. I'm gonna call this one busted though. Method 2, Frisbee method. Number 1, buy a fold-up Frisbee. Foldable Frisbees. You don't know what they are? Well, they fold up and then it's a cheap Frisbee with a wire frame that you can fold up and store. Number 2, buy a rubber band. Zing. Oh shoot, I needed that. Number 3, make sure you have some 1-inch, 2.5 centimeters, and a 1/2-inch Steffens. Gosh darn it, shout out to you, Captain Slug, you made it on the list. Number 4, fold the Frisbee in half. Number 5, fold one of the sides over the other. It should look kind of like a triangular cup. Now my foldable Frisbees kind of just fold in like this. I wouldn't really consider that a triangle, I'd consider it just a smaller circle. But there is a little pocket here that will fit our purposes just fine. Number 6, put the darts in there. Where? There. All in there. Get in there. Good job. Oh shoot. Number 7, close the other half around it and put the rubber band around it. Sure. Number 8, when you are ready to use the grenade, remove the rubber band and throw. And number 9, keep track of where the darts go. Man, those darts are just soaring off like little rockets. When I remove this rubber band, I'm going to expect this to happen. So I found that you can actually tuck them in with the corners like this, but then sometimes they just then they'll never open. So for the foldable frisbee method, I would say it's definitely plausible, tricky to use, kind of iffy to learn, maybe not worth your time at all, but if you can master it, satisfying and scary. Method 3, rubber band method. Number 1, take about 15 darts. Darts that have already been dented or torn by jams will work fine, and you won't have to waste ammunition. Once again, we do have a stack of matches here. I don't know what else to call them. They look like matches and not Nerf darts. You did count 15 of them, so I'm proud of you, wikiHow, but you're still missing the mark. Number 2, secure them into a bunch with a folded over rubber band. Man, this is going to seriously damage these darts over time. I can see why they mentioned to use dented or worn darts, because that's probably what's going to happen here, and the cycle will continue. Number 3, roll the band up towards the tips until the darts start to splay out the back, but not so much it explodes in your hand. Carefully move these up. It starts to open up the back, but if you do that all the way, let's just see. What happens when you go all the way, Brett? Gee, what could happen? Oh no! Oh, my grenade, I'm dead. All right, so here's what they're looking for. It's starting to open up on the end, but I can still hold it without them. Darn it! Okay, I think this is what we want. Let's leave it at that. Number 4, take another rubber band and thread it through a keychain ring. Oh boy, this seems really useful, doesn't it? Wee, my precious. Number 5, wrap this band around the bottom. Number 6, when ready to use, pull off the keyring band and throw it. So the second rubber band keeps it all in place until you're ready to go, in which case you would pull this off. This should be close enough to where it hits the ground, it will go off. And that's the problem. It's very difficult to actually get this rubber band to a place where a nice medium, again, that is ready to go off, but is not actually going to go off. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely plausible. It's not guaranteed to work. It will probably wear out your darts a little bit and may damage them to the point where you won't want to use them anymore. At least all you're throwing at someone is this dart mess. And sometimes it'll just... But the harder you throw it, the more likely they are to kind of poof. Method 4, disc method. Number 1, you'll need 10 discs and 2 rubber bands. All right, I'll be honest, I was not expecting vortex discs to be used as a Nerf grenade substitute, but so be it. Number 2, first stack 6 discs and wrap a rubber band around it the tall way. Okay, cool. Number 3, wrap another one the tall way again, but on the other side so the top looks like a cross. Okay, that was only mildly frustrating. Number 4, slip the remaining 4 under the 4 straps that come down the tower. Hey wikiHow, where are you going with this? I'm not sure where you're going with this. All right, I mean, it looks kind of cool. Like a little, yeah, you know, vortex grenade. It's definitely pretty stable. I wonder what will make it fire. Number 5, throw it and watch it go kaboom. This? No, this, what? That's never going to kaboom. And it's gone. It didn't kaboom. Kaboom. How hard do you actually need to throw this to make those rubber bands come loose, which would possibly launch these discs everywhere? I don't see how this design is ever going to make that happen. I'm gonna call this one busted. But it, it looks cool. It rolls. So that's amusing. Grenade. No. Community Q&A. How do I know if it is working? Test it first. If it works, duplicate it. Use them only to clear places and such. Don't use them to get people out in the fight. What? Then why am I using a Nerf grenade? I want to get people out in the fight. Or clear a Nerf base. How to take down a base in Nerf. Do I have to use 15 darts? It depends on the size of your rubber band. Some are larger than others, and therefore will require more darts. But if you're using an average rubber band, then you will need around 15 darts. There's actually a good point to be made here about the rubber bands, since they are used in a few of them. Here's one rubber band I have. You know, it's reasonably sized, reasonably strong. And then here's another one. It's definitely smaller and thinner. So while this one might work well for the vortex grenade, and well, I mean as well as I could, as I shoot off the other rubber band, it might not, because it might not stretch as far. So this one also might damage my darts a little bit more. Out of all these methods, what is the cheapest way to make a Nerf grenade? Use the rubber band method. If you have Nerf darts and some rubber bands lying around, you can do it for free. I mean, it's true. It's the cheapest, definitely. How do I prevent my Nerf dart tips from getting ripped and torn? Don't leave the Nerf darts in the grenade state. It will ruin your darts. Instead, put the grenade together only when you need it. Again, another good point if you are using the rubber band Nerf grenade technique. That will be not too long before that foam becomes pretty mangled. Tips. The keyring isn't necessary if you're making this one on the fly during a Nerf war. Don't flatten it until you're ready. I'm assuming they're referring to the Phlat Ball one there. Method 2 of 3. Slide the top band to about 1/3 of a centimeter on the tip and throw it swiftly. It should explode in front of you. Well, what if I don't want it to explode in front of me? I have too many things here so far that have exploded in front of me. I want it to explode over there. And the classic warnings, wear eye protection. I feel like someone just came through all of these wikiHow articles and put wear eye protection just to make me happy or something. And to them I say, thank you. So that was quite the spectrum of Nerf grenades. Things that we've seen in the past, things that we've currently seen, and things that people have dreamed of, but will not work. The Vortex one. But nowadays, you've probably seen these before. The T238 grenades also comes in clear. And it has a key ring, which means it's official. I lost this key ring, sorry. But these, you can load anything inside of it, and this is advertised as kind of a gel ball or a Nerf grenade. And it'll, you know, explode kind of one directionally. This is the Nerf grenade we've never had before. And we're even to the point where we have timed ones. Look, a key ring as well. That means it's official. Ow. So while I can't recommend that you throw these at people, especially in Nerf games, I may have done it in the past, but don't be like me. You can have a lot of fun with these. You can set them off and watch them explode, put a bunch of stuff in them, and I guess that's a Nerf grenade. I don't know what a Nerf grenade is. Is a Nerf grenade ever practical? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe Nerf grenades were never meant to be. But if you are interested in these kinds of products, the T238 grenades, you can buy them at outofdarts.com. He has these in supply, and they're a lot of fun to play with if that is your thing. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you later.